What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Spanko. Look who's back. What are you saying, boy? Okay, you have something super spicy.
I was so with the release of Mermail Abyss, the new Mermail Link monster. I decided to revisit water to see how it would work, and I started by the end of my weird testing, I came up with some. I threw in enough text to make something very interesting.
So it's like a VFD Mermail water. Okay, yo, just get into it, bro.
Okay.
You're really creative with this shit. This is why I really like getting your profiles, bro.
So this is also going to be the prettiest deck I ever have to shit
out.
This
is max rating Mermail.
Okay, so obviously for most Mermail decks, you know, there's going to be 3 Mermail Abyss Megalo.
Yep.
And 3 Mermail Abyss Teus.
Yeah.
Teus is essential because Teus, what it does is that you can special summon it from your hand.
Yep.
By pitching 1 water.
Okay.
And when it's summoned on the field, you can search for 1 level 4 or lower Mermail monster. This is really key because essentially it searches for a gun, it searches for your pike, and these let you continue your plays.
All right, hold up. Before we get into it, look how freaking pretty, bro. And these are German, you said?
These are one of them's Italian, I think?
This one, no, this is German 100%. This one is Italian. Oh no, this is also German, I'm pretty sure.
There's one Italian here somewhere.
One of them is Italian. Yeah, there you go. These are so pretty, bro.
Yeah, it took me, I think I dropped most of my money on this.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah. Megalo is a little different. The reason why you play Megalo is because it is a special summon that is a sea serpent, so you can search it off of another card. But you pitch 2 to special summon it, and when it's summoned, you search for a abyss spell or trap.
Yeah.
You don't really play one. You can, but it's personal preference.
Sphere or Mikazuchi used to be with one, right?
Yeah. And honestly, I find Mikazuchi might actually be good again, given how much spam there is. But in honesty, I find it bricks more than I like to have it.
That's facts.
So you have 1 Abyss Pike. When it's summoned in any way, you can discard water to search for a level 3 water monster.
Yep.
And that's key in a lot of ways. And the 1 Abyss Gun. Abyss Gun, if it's discarded in any way, special summons 1 Mermail from your graveyard.
Yep.
With everything attached to it. So, and honestly, this card's just a reborn. And a reborn that you could trigger off a bunch of ways.
Okay.
Then you have, I think, the most essential card.
Prince.
Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. So this card is probably what made it continues to be probably the best card for this deck.
Yeah, 100%.
Ignition effect. You can dump 1 water from your graveyard to search for another Atlantean.
Yo, the camera caught a clip of that, bro. We're gonna see that soon. Yo, okay, yeah, we'll take a look.
So you can dump 1 Atlantean to search for another Atlantean, and most time you're gonna be dumping Dragoons.
Oh my god.
To search for another Dragoons.
Bro, Alti 4 and Dragoons, these are so beautiful. Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
So when Dragoons, most of them are Atlantean monsters, have an effect where if they're discarded to activate a water monster effect, they get additional effects. Dragoons, the main one here, if it's sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster effect, you search for a sea serpent. So let's say you have Atlantean Prince. You could dump a Dragoons to search for Dragoons, and then the Dragoons engrave will trigger to search for a sea serpent, i.e. the Megalo. And then if you have another water in the hand, you can go pitch the Dragoons, pitch that to summon another, and then trigger the second Dragoons.
I have a quick question. I know a long time ago or before, Teus plus Dragoons is combo.
Oh, Teus Dragoons is still combo.
It's still combo?
Teus Dragoons will always be combo. It's just that it is by far even more and more outrageous the longer that these two are together.
Oh my god. Okay, continue.
We play the 1 infantry. It's more because sometimes when you summon Abyss Glacier, you could use the effect. It's also nice to do some removal that isn't on-field removal.
Yep.
Next up, we have the... I'm gonna clean this up.
Yeah. So this is it for the Mermails and the Atlanteans, right?
So this is the essential core of the Mermail Atlantean deck.
Okay.
Next up, we have all the water support that comes with it. You have 3 Genix Undyne and the Genix Controller.
Yep.
Also, in DT, the highest rarity that allows it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Genix Undyne's effect is when he's normal summoned, can send 1 water monster from your deck to the graveyard as a cost.
Yep.
So they will trigger these.
They will trigger all of the Atlanteans.
To search for a Genix Controller.
Yep.
And this is really good because you can dump, there's a number of cards. You can dump Dragoons to search Sea Serpents. You can dump some other waters to get trigger effects. It's, the skies are limits.
Yep. So
also,
these are just extenders, essentially.
Yes. Previously, this also was a Summon Sorceress generator, but that's not around anymore.
Summon Source. Yeah.
Next up, we have this.
Oh my god. Anyways, yeah.
So 3 Swamp Frog and 1 Ronin Totem, in addition to being a way to generate totally awesomes.
Yep.
It also is amazing link fodder. Sometimes when I realize I'm just gonna make Bahamut Shark, I'll just link away these and continuously bring this back to make plays. But the idea behind this card is it lets you discard 1 water from your hand. My keyword here being discard, so it will trigger Gun.
Okay.
To special summon it from your hand. And when it's summoned, you dump one toad monster from your deck to the graveyard. I think it's actually a level 2 water. I haven't used the effect to dump anything but Ronin Toad for a long time.
It's Ronin or it's the other one. Dupe?
Dupe, yes.
Dupe. Yeah,
so
there you go.
this in turn is just free spam and lets you trigger effects.
Yep.
Finally, next up we have the one Mooling Glacier.
Of course.
Continues to be amazing. When I spoke about Teus and Dragoons being a combo, there's a combo if you open both where you take 3 cards in your opponent's hand, summon a Draco Sack, summon a EFD, summon a Mooling Glacier, and a Mistar Boy. Just cuz.
That's fair.
Next up, we have the one Crystron Rosenix. This is the card you'll most likely be dumping with Genix Undyne. What happens is you're going to normal summon Undyne, dump Rosenix, search Controller.
Yep.
Rosenix engraved lets you banish it to summon a token.
Okay.
You summon that token and convert that into a Link Spider, then use Link Spider effect to special summon the Controller. Now you have 3 monsters. However, there is an additional aspect where I have this also combo in here because it also outs a specific brick that may occur. I'll get to that soon.
Okay.
We have the one Deep Sea Diva. Search summons a Sea Serpent when it's normal summon, so you're going to summon Teus.
Yeah.
Continue from place from there. And then we have Crowned by the World Chalice.
Okay, so you're playing a little like rank or level 9/rank 9 like Turbo, right?
Something like that. See, 2 cards came out in DANE that really piqued my interest.
Okay.
The first of which is Miko, or World Chalice, Ib the World Chalice Justiciar. Nope, the name's still dumb. You can synchro summon this card by treating a World Chalice monster as the tuner.
Okay.
So this plus any level 3, i.e. this, makes Justiciar.
Yeah.
And you can do that with, so let's say you open this and this, you can now unbreak your hand. Because this actually is essential for special summoning off of her effect. If she sends to the graveyard, she summons a World Chalice from your deck.
Okay.
You'll be summoning this, but if you draw into this, it's okay. You still can work with that in that way.
Okay, that's cool.
So there's that. Now, this is the other part of the combo that intrigued me. You have one Nightmare Incarnation Idli.
Yep.
One Deus Ex Crawler.
Okay.
And this card, 2, the name is wrong. True King Bastravos, the Fathomer.
Yeah, the water one.
So this one, these 2 are level 9s for the sake of being level 9s. This one's not bad. You can drop it if the link count is over 8.
Okay.
And when it does, and your opponent controls more linking, you just send all the links to the graveyard. This one searches for any level 9 when it dies, but it's also great if you somehow set it. There was a game where I actually treated to set this monster, and then I used that to turn off my opponent's monster effects when they couldn't get rid of it. And Bastron was the key one. You can summon it from your hand by popping 2 water monsters in your hand or on the field.
Okay.
Or any 2 monsters, but one has to be a water monster. However, if you use 2 water monsters, however, you're banishing 2 spells from your opponent's field or graveyard, and this is on resolution of this effect to summon.
Yeah.
So your opponent can't Veiler or Impermanence that. They're just losing 2 spells if this card effect resolves.
So it's really good if it's a striker matchup, right?
It's really good in the striker matchup. And funny enough, with the way you're making the board, you will guarantee yourself to trigger it off the following turn after you make your Teus Dragoons play.
Okay.
So those are the 9s.
Those are the only 9s.
Yes.
So
you don't want to open too many.
I have one question before we get into it. Why are you not playing this guy?
So Melodark is nice. You can banish 2 normals to summon it from your graveyard, but you don't play enough. You play 2 normals, but the likelihood of getting both normals in the graveyard at the same time to have this card is very low.
You can summon this off Ib though, right? This guy?
No, it's not a World Chalice card. That's
it has to be World Chalice? Okay,
See, this is better than the other thing I've been testing out right now, and I'll have my friend demonstrate that one when we feel confident with it. But this is actually good in another deck that makes different kinds of crazy plays with rank 9s.
Okay.
Then we have 2 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. And honestly, I thought about playing actual hand traps until I realized any actual hand trap doesn't do anything. And then I have 2 Gamma Seal.
Okay.
Because it's
water
and I lose to Thunder Dragon Colossus.
Okay, that's fair.
Finally, I'm not playing Light of Sekka because this is the card that intrigued me.
Okay.
World Legacy Monstrosity.
All right. So how does this work?
Okay, so there's 2 effects. The first effect is it has 2 effects. You choose one of them to activate when you activate this card.
Okay.
Quick play. When you activate it, you can either A, special summon a level 9 from your hand. So I guess any of these. You could actually summon this. Or B, you can target one level 9 you control, summon 2 level 9s from your deck that are a different type and attribute among each other. So let's say you have this, and you activate this, you can summon these 2 from your deck. If you have this, you summon these 2. And the reason, and this card essentially is the card that lets you turbo into VFD. More than a lot of times, this is how you turbo into your VFD. And it's searchable in a number of ways. You can also, given how fast your deck thinning, you actually can draw this really easily with Saryuja plays, and it's it's decent for that. It's also searchable off of Ib, which a lot of times, you will combo into in a number of ways. Then One World Legacy Succession, because it's a reborn that you can also search with this if you already drew into this, and a reborn, because
reborn.
Yeah. You pitch cards out of your hand so much that you always have a graveyard.
So it's a 40 card main deck.
I think this is 40. I think I might be hitting 41 with the Gamma Seals. I'm tempted to also put in Call by the Graves. It's not like it's ever been a big deal that I've had this many monsters. Because a lot of
everything just combos off each other.
Yeah. As long as it's a water, you'll probably have a place somewhere.
So we'll go into the extra deck.
All right, extra deck. 2 synchros. You have the Ib, and you also are supposed to have an Omega, but I couldn't find one for the day.
Okay, I'll edit one in right there. All right, cool.
You then have the 1 Totally Awesome.
The
1 Bahamut Shark. The 1 Biscayos. These are your water plays. You can make. This card is still amazing. It's a skill drain for anything less than attack of it, and your level 5 or higher can attack. So I've actually summoned this boosted against a Thunder Dragon board, and they can't really attack with this.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It stalls, and then 1 Draco Sack. Draco Sack works the same way as what was the card called again? Galaxy Tomahawk. It's a light version, but the fact that someone's level 3 tuners is the reason I play it. And of course, 1 VFD. Because you can. And this card, I mean, this card is as a thought and more. Like the fact that it stops your opponent from attacking, and the fact that more importantly, you can now use your opponent's monster to blow up for your Tree Kings actually has some very interesting applications. You'll find out.
That's cool.
For the links, you have 1 Link Spider, 1 Abyss Lacia. I don't summon this enough to trigger the effect, so that's why. But I do. The effect has 2 things. So on your opponent's turn, you can discard 1 water card from your hand to search for any Mermail monster. So take a search. Problem is, it has to be on your opponent's turn, which makes it awfully slow. If it's destroyed by your opponent in any way, you can dump a water from your deck to special a water from your graveyard. So you could trigger an Atlantean effect and also do a reborn.
That's not bad.
It also has an effect where everything it points to gains 500 attack or defense, but that is pretty much identical to a Mist Art Boy. Which actually Mist Art Boy in the combo does some interesting things as well. You play 1 Nightmare Mermaid, 1 Cerberus. You also play a Phoenix and a Unicorn. Didn't have them here.
So Phoenix and a Unicorn as well.
You play Skull Dread. I have this deck without even a danger can shit this thing out with so much ease. I've made this to draw 4, but it also just shuffles back all the brick. Like let's say I drew into this or drew into this. This fixes all those and put them all back. There's also games where, in honesty, I drew into the Genex controller and still managed to somehow make a play to put back the Genex controller, and then I didn't do my normal sum with that, and I normal Genex Sundyne, and then made the play from there.
So Saryuja's just really good in this deck.
Saryuja's just really good. The special summon, the normal summon, the special summon, the shuffle back, the additional boost. It all has nuances with this deck that makes it's a card that kills.
That's cool.
And then 1 Mekk-Knight Crusader Astrum. Honestly, this should probably be a board load, because this is harder to make than I thought it would be. In this deck at least. So otherwise, the main key point here, however, is going to be the Mermaid, and I'll show you why when I go into the combos.
So you want to just get into the combo right now?
Sure. Mind you, this is not 15 cards in extra deck, because
you're missing some.
I'm missing some, forgot some things. So the premise of the combo you need is 1 Teus and a Dragoons. And pretty much anything in your hand doesn't freaking matter as long as you didn't draw into the crown in this case.
So we'll just assume you have these 2 in your hand.
So let's say you just have a water. So what you do is, first off, you will discard Teus, the special discard Dragoon search special Teus. Both will trigger since you discarded a water. Teus Dragoons will search for your Deep Sea Diva, which is a Sea Serpent. Teus, on the other hand, will search for your Abyss Gun. You're going to normal summon the Abyss Deep Sea Diva. The special summon Neptibus from your field
Yep.
to your field. You're gonna activate Neptibus's effect, sending the other Dragoons to Ada Dragoons. You're then gonna activate the Dragoon's effect to search for the Megalo. Now you have these are the 3 cards in hand in addition to 1 card for this.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Next up, you're gonna link these 2 away to summon, because you can't, because it's fancy, Abyss Lacia.
But you can do Mr. Boy here as
You
well.
can do Mr. Board too, and honestly, the fact whatever this was, as long as it's just a link to that points like this, you're good. Actually,
Okay.
it doesn't even have to be a water. It just has to be a link to that points.
Okay.
You're then going to trigger your Abyss Megalo, discarding the 2 waters from your hand, the Dragoons and the gun. That's a special summon, the Abyss Megalo.
Okay.
Since you discarded Dragoons and also gun will trigger, summoning back Mateus.
Okay.
Dragoons would also trigger, adding you Glacia.
Okay.
Now you may notice you now have 5 waters engraved. So you drop in Glacia, take 2 cards in your opponent's hand.
All right. So now your opponent is playing with 3 cards.
3 cards.
Okay.
You're gonna overlay these 2 to summon Draco Sack.
Okay.
You're gonna activate Draco Sack's effect to summon 2 tokens.
We can just use anything. Yeah. 2 tokens.
2 tokens. These are level 3 tokens, so now this is where things get interesting. You're gonna synchro with 1 token and the level 2 to make a 5.
The tokens are tuners, huh?
No, this is a tuner. Deep Sea Diva's a tuner.
Diva's a tuner.
Yep. To summon Abe, the World Justiciar.
Okay.
Which is a synchro tuner, but the effect on summon will search you World Legacy Monstrosity.
All right.
You're then with these 2 now, with the level 3 tuner again,
Yep.
and the Ib to summon your Omega.
So now you have Omega.
Omega will trigger, banishing it to take another card in your opponent's hand. Now they have 2 cards in hand.
Okay. So you've looped 3 cards so far.
Yeah. Ib, however, will also trigger since it was sent to the graveyard. Summon Crowned of the World Chalice.
Okay.
It's sent to the graveyard anyway, right? Yeah, sent from the field of the graveyard.
Yeah.
So now you have 2 monsters. You're going to link these 2 away to summon Cerberus. You're going to link this away to summon Mermaid.
Okay.
When Mermaid is summoned now, you discard the last card in the hand. Doesn't matter really what it is.
Yeah.
To summon.
Technically, you actually have 2 more cards, so 3 more cards in your
3
hand.
more cards in my hand still.
But then plus this.
No, 2 more cards in hand then. Because I opened Teus Dragoons and the card.
Oh yeah.
So
So
2
you
more
still have
cards in
this
hand.
and 2 cards.
Yep. The summon Nightmare Incarnation Italy. It
Yep.
is also a Nightmare monster. So like the Orcus plays, you can summon this. And since this is level 9, you do is you activate the World Legacy Monstrosity targeting your Italy.
And you get the other 2 level 9s.
You summon Bastramos and Crawler.
Okay.
And then you're gonna overlay these 2. You're overlaying these 2 specifically
Into.
VFD.
Yep.
Now, you could, in this case, do 2 different things, and this is entirely up to you. You could link these 2 away to summon a Mistar Boy.
Okay.
However, entirely unnecessary. The fact this is a water is actually relevant in this case.
Why is that?
So the thing is, because it's a water, it now guarantees that you have a water to blow up on your next turn. When the effect of Monstrosity is at the end phase, all those level 9s you summon blow up.
Okay.
As it turns out, Crawler blows up. When Crawler is destroyed by a card effect or battle, you search a level 9 from your deck.
So you're gonna search
Bastramos.
Bastramos. There you go.
On your next turn, you detach this. Your opponent can't run over this anyway because they
Yeah.
can't attack. But now let's say they just set a monster for protection, right?
Yeah.
His effect lets you blow up monsters your opponent controls in addition to your own to trigger the VFD's effect.
Okay.
But the thing is, if they set a monster, you don't know if that's a water. It has to destroy a minimum of one water. Which, as in this case, turns out you do have a water.
So you're saying next turn what you would do is you would tribute your mermaid.
You will blow up the mermaid
As
and
well
the
as their
opposed
monster,
monsters, summon
summon
Bastramos. If they don't summon a monster, actually, you can detach this. You're gonna kill them anyway to make everything a water, and then blow up both to take 2.
Take 2 spell cards,
2
right?
spell cards out.
Yeah.
But you're gonna blow up both monsters, and then just swing for game. You also can detach it, summon 2 tokens, tribute a token, pop another
And then
card.
keep going,
So you get a
but-
removal of 3 at most, and then this is more than game on board.
So you're basically making turn 1 they can't play, turn 2 OTK.
Yes. Turn 1 they can't play, turn 2 they can't
And
OTK.
this is still TS Dragoons.
This is still Teus
Yo,
Dragoons.
TS Dragoons is the craziest combo, bro. No wonder Dragoons went to. It was at 2 for the longest time.
Yeah. Like, theoretically, let's say those 2 cards were, I don't know, some Toad or something like that. You can then make...
More extension.
You can make a second extension that way you link this away into the Mistar Boy, summon a Toad, and then you're fantastic. As it turns out, funny enough, with Mistar Boy, there's some weird. With Mistar Boy, it also works with BFD. Because what ends up happening is that when you can blow this up with Bastramos,
Yep.
and it triggers the add back effect.
Oh, oh.
Granted that if you're using Mooling Glacier, you've officially lost your battle phase that turn, so this is why I don't make this as much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Other unique, funky things is that the idea behind this is that you just need a way to be able to get into the monstrosity,
Yep.
and then make a level 9, which in this case is any two
Pretty
monsters plus monstrosity.
Okay.
So in a lot of cases, I told you what happens if I brick this card, right?
Yeah.
And on the odd case I open these two, and happens a lot, I can normal the Undyne, use the effect to dump the Rosenix, banish the Rosenix to summon a token,
Okay.
convert the token into a Link Spider,
Spider.
use Link Spider, and this time to special this from my hand, and since I bricked with it.
And it can be used as a tuner for it, right?
Yep. Synchron to these two
There you go.
to grab your monstrosity again. You link with these two to make your play, and at minimum, you end up now with a VFD on that. On end phase, searching Bastramos with having the ability to pop your Mermaid and your opponent's monster next turn.
So regardless, you're gonna end on VFD.
You're gonna end up with VFD and a way to remove a monster your opponent's turn, non-targeting,
That's really good.
non-activation from hand.
That's really
Field.
good. All right. Well, thank you for the deck. Do you want to say anything before we head out?
Yeah. Well, and honestly, like, I think this is going somewhere. If someone wants to mess around with this is going places, because in the same way that Incarnation, like Nightmare Orchestrated Nightmare works, this is the same idea. It's just that this one, however, makes this card, which back when Orcus were playing this, was the same thing as Azathoth, and Azathoth is a good card.
It is. I mean, that's why they hit the rank up, so you can't make it no more.
Well, that probably hasn't helped as much as it should.
That's fine.
All right. So.
All right, well, I mean, thank you for the deck profile. Very creative. If you guys want to try this out yourselves, I mean, you have the list now. If you guys want to switch it up or have suggestions.
There are a few things I would suggest, actually.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
One, you could play Abyss Mander. There are some weird cases where, since Abyss Mander is searched by Teus, you could get Abyss Mander in the grave, turn this into a level 9, and just directly monstrosity with that. And you can add that in with something like Mermail, the Mermail level 3. I think it's called.
If you're not talking about gun, I'm not sure.
No, it's not gun. I do have it on me. Mermail Abyss Osha, because this can also do funky plays with that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You could also add in more Gund. You could also probably play a Borea, because this plus a Toad is Ibly as well.
Oh, facts.
And you could also play one of this if you really wanted to as a level 9, because ironically enough, you're in addition to searching Bastramos, you can also search this and use your VFD to turn any monster into a fire.
And then
blow it up either way and get the effect up.
All right,
So
well,
yeah.
Now the viewers also have more suggestions on what they can play. Thank you for the deck profile though. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and I'm sure this is not going to be the last time I'm going to see you on the channel. So I guess we'll see you soon.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that next profile. It's going to be interesting.
That one is definitely going to be interesting. I heard about it. I'm not going to tell you guys about it yet.
I'm not going to say anything, but it's going to include Mech Knights.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. With that, Spank signing out. Peace.